Still nothing showing on bouncing. Is it windy up there? Yeah, you can see here, look. Coming in 223, 61. So basically we're getting blown 60 knots from right to left. So if you can actually see it on here, we are tracking to the right because we're getting blown. So yes, is the answer if we go that view. We're basically flying like that to go over here. Right, so what I was going to do is put a radial out of 1.4. Oops. That's right in it for 1.4. Mental maths in it. Yeah, Neo. Yeah, those bits there. Yeah, that's our heading. That's our track. I hate flying over this bit of France, just northern France. It's just literally flat and fields. There's just nothing interesting at all. Look, it's just like meh. Apart from that twisty river. That is a very meandering river, that one. Blimey. Captain Flint, thank you for 75 months, tier 3, 3/4 of the way to the big league. Yes, indeed. Indeed, sir. Looks like there's an airfield down there, see it? Yeah, I can confirm, Kazan, driving through northern France is boring and it's full of toll roads. Let me just try and familiarise myself with this airport a bit. Oh, I've got some time. I mean, given the wind situation, in theory, you could be given 1.6 instead of 1.4. That's possible. But if we landed on 1.4, we'd probably come off. That's a long runway, so Hotel 1 is probably the likely. So then it's a case of where are we going to go and park? It's Hotel 1 here. Dock E. I have no idea where they would normally send us. Does anybody know? If an EasyJet landed at Zurich, came in on 1.4, what's the most likely place they'd throw us? Dock E stands for UK arrivals. Right, so it would be here then. So somewhere here. Okay. Let's do that then. What's Volanta showing? There's ours. There is an Airbus currently over the, just about to approach northern France, called Nukechev. That's flying exactly the same route. wonder if he's in chat. Nuke Chef. He's flying EGKK to LSZH. I can see him on Valenta. And one behind him is flying down to Mallorca. There's a guy way ahead of us in a 737. He's flying into Zurich. So we're looking okay for traffic. Is that you, Nuke Chef? Yay! I can see you, mate. Yeah, I can see you. You're back. You're just about to cross the border at northern France from the Channel. Do you need to fly real flight routes, or can you go anywhere to anywhere in VATSIM? They don't restrict you on where you fly as long as you file a IFR flight plan. And if you generate it with something like SimBrief, then it tends to show you real world ones or VATSIM approved ones anyway. Like, you can't just, you know, go all around wherever you want. You generally fly the airways. But if you use SimBrief, it'll give you a good route. Hang on, what time's our top of descent? Sometime after pylon, before terso. .12:01, which is 1 p.m, so about 25 minutes. So I need to be looking at the stuff by 1 p.m. Are there different airways depending on wind? No, they're just different airways. Basically, the way you counter the wind generally is with altitude, if possible, because they have different winds, have like different layers, and they tend to sort of back out as they get higher, if I remember. Off-roading on VATSIM. You probably get shouted at by somebody. That's a slightly nicer view. Look at that down there. That, like, see it? Looks like a very man-made lake, trees. Looks like a really nice, massive. Don't know what it is, like a park or something. Actually, was that? That would give us a clue. PY. Paris. Anybody know what the PY is? That's LFPY though. Bretigny-sur-Orge airbase. Wow, that's an airbase. LFPY. Is it? It looks like there's a racetrack here. That looks like a big commercial. What is data on flight sheets not always correspond on flight computer? Not sure what you mean, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's Paris Orly. Yeah, that's got to be Orly. The airbase one must be below us then. That's Orly. Yeah, we went there last week, I think. There's another one below us. That one. That must be the military. Yeah, that makes sense. We went there last weekend, I think. Had to change from CDG to Orly Sud once. It's a nightmare to get to. Why is that a nightmare? Flew out of Orly last weekend after the Champions League final. Paris traffic and tight connection times, gotcha. Right, that was Paris there. You know, it's supposed to simply if you don't have a subscription, you can only access the older maps. Where I think Microsoft Flight computers use current ones. Yeah, that would definitely be it. Spies up to. Not seeing much coming online. At the moment, we're going to be flying in on Unicom. I went to the gym yesterday. I think I did too much. I was in bed last night and I couldn't go to sleep because my muscles were aching. I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I'm feeling it today. If I go to have a look at this. Have a look at this. Look a bit knackered. I couldn't sleep last night. I was awake. I distinctly remember being awake at 5 a.m. and it was daylight outside coming through the blinds. It was like, I really want to go to sleep, but I just can't. I keep waking up. It's really annoying. This is VATSIM events, and if you look here, there's one here, look. For Barcelona to Zagreb summer shuttle. And that is today. We invite you to depart from Barcelona on Saturday, 1400 Zulu, so that's 3 p.m. my time. So 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. departure out of Barcelona, and then arrive sometime between 4:30 my time and 7 p.m. my time in Zagreb. Jointly present the summer shuttle on Saturday, blah, 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 blah. Fly along the Mediterranean, enjoy beautiful views over the French Côte d'Azur and lovely northern Italy, all traffic welcome. So I'm thinking of doing this later. We'll take that route. But I'm thinking if we go from Zurich down to Barcelona, we should be at Barcelona to do that. And we should have a full stack of air traffic control, although it could get interestingly busy. So if you fancy that, I'll give you the link to it. If you fancy joining later, that's the link to the event. So yeah, we could do that. See how much traffic is there. The man-made lake you're talking about was Versailles. Interesting. Elites, I don't tend to do VR. Well, when I say I don't tend to do, I don't do VR really. I did try it, but meh. I can't be bothered with all the faff and the space that you need. If I had the space for it, I'd probably do it. I know you can fly VR, but if you're a content creator, it's even harder to use VR because you can't do stuff around you easily. So I tend not to do it. Cosme, thank you, mate. I can give you a slightly better view with that button there. There you go. Ignore my checklist. That'll probably fall off in a minute. So yeah, I have the Honeycomb Alpha yoke. Is that one? That's the Honeycomb Bravo throttle, and I have the Airbus throttle quadrant pack on it. So you get the 4 levers, you get the reverser things here, which I can't move this because we're flying. And you get your speed brake. Annoyingly, you can't pull that to arm the speed brake, which is really annoying. I would love it if they'd have made something there where I can pull that up to arm the speed brake, but you can't. And then your flap levers over on the right side. And then I have a bunch of Stream Deck buttons here and here. And then I have the keyboard. And then underneath here, if I want to go doing some military stuff, then I can. I have the throttle, the Warthog throttle, and when I want to fly military, I just mount the Warthog stick right there. So I want to do military. And then I can take this out and put a wheelbase there and go driving and stuff, just swap the pedals out. You can't see the pedals, but the Thrustmaster TPR. The big red button is my ejector seat, just in case. You've got to have an ejector seat, right? Wouldn't be a proper rig without an ejector seat. Unfortunately, I haven't installed the hatch in the ceiling and it's made out of concrete, so if I actually press that, I'm going to have a bad day because nothing's going to open above me. So that ain't going to be fun. I'll get round to installing that at some point. Yeah, exactly. It'd be like Top Gun all over again. So on that side. It's just like a patchwork quilt. Look at it. How many fields do you need? There should be an ETA at the top of the screen, JD. It is an ETA, but it should be a reasonable ETA because we're going straight in. VAT spy, nothing's changed yet. Zurich's got no control. There are a couple of departures going out of Zurich. There's an event between Barcelona and Zagreb today. Yes, I posted a link about 5 minutes ago. I'll be flying that later today. Experience a full stack ATC from start to finish. I think it could be very, very, very interesting. God knows how many holes we'll get put into. Yeah, Carl's, I never actually got down to editing that one. I don't think I did anyway. Top of the screen, game on, top of the screen. cool if Microsoft Flight Sim had a career mode in base game. You don't need, you can buy one. You can buy Air Hauler. You've got Air Hauler 2, which works in Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm pretty certain. Alex uses Pilot's Life, which sets up a bunch of routes for you. You've got On Air, which is a paid-for thing you can use. That gives you access to virtual airlines and stuff. You've got options. They don't need to put it. You don't need everything in the base game. What happened if you try to barrel roll? Sort of genuine question. Airbus is not very good at letting you do barrel rolls, and we're not going to try one because the passengers will fall out the seats. If the seatbelt signs were on, I would, of course. FS Economy, yeah, FS Economy will let you do. It's not really career, but yes. You don't like all third-party software? Yeah, fair enough. But Microsoft is not going to build everything into the sim, is it? In fact, I would rather it didn't. I would rather it focused on making a fantastic sim without adding loads of career mode stuff that we don't need, that you can frankly get from somebody else. Is there a management gameplay system in place? You get income for passengers? No, you need a third-party add-on. You need things like Honor or Air Hauler 2, which will simulate that for you. Is there a way to do multiplayer in the same plane? It's coming. It's called Shared Cockpit. Like, they have it on X-Plane and stuff. It's not in Microsoft Flight Sim yet. I think probably because the game SDK is not good enough to allow it yet. But it will definitely happen. In fact, I don't see why Phoenix couldn't implement something. But like, if they're SDK limited, then I don't know. Sphinx, thank you for 7 years. And Nexa, thank you for 34. Adanaran, 39. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I think maybe like this year seems to be the year where we finally get commercial jets on Microsoft Flight Sim that are good enough to fly online. Next year, probably we'll start getting the gravy and the biscuits that we want, such as Shared Cockpit, which will be great. There's a program called Your Control as Shared Cockpit, but it's pretty much abandoned. How does your current system cope with Microsoft Flight Sim? It copes with it fine. You may have noticed in Gatwick it started to get a little bit sluggish, but that's because of all the aircraft that were there, and it's having to inject them all. You can't, there's no real way around that, but it behaves otherwise. But, you know, if you're building a new PC, then you need to consider, Rusty, that there's stuff coming out from AMD and NVIDIA this year. So you might want to consider waiting for that or not. Just be aware that AMD's coming out with their next gen stuff, and then NVIDIA's going to come out with their 4000 series stuff. So either take the view that, you know, that's fine, I'll buy the current gen, or wait for the next gen, but don't be caught out with it. The worst thing you want to do is like build your perfect PC, and then a month later new stuff gets released and you're like, oh, for God's sake, if I'd have known that. You don't want to be in that position. Alex, the Dash 8 was fantastic on Shared Cockpit. It really was. I loved it. In fact, the Dash 8 was brilliant on P3D. Ooh. Who's that? According to this, that is a plane flying to Heathrow from EDDM. That's Munich? Heathrow A320? I think. Yeah, turboprops. I love turboprop sound. They really are good. Right, 1 second. Not that far off top of descent here. Start calculating some stuff, shall we? Elevation data. Right. See what's going on. Two 990 at 4 knots. Well, that's turned around, doesn't it? 290 at 4 knots. That's completely changed. That's only 8,000 foot runway though. What's the active runway down there? Still 14 arrival, less than 5 knots. Yeah, but I don't want to be landed on runway and everybody else is like taking off on that, you know, 3-2 or something. Still seems to 14 for arrivals IRL. Okay. Alright, we'll still go with that then. 1018, 25 Celsius. Zero at 4. I think the chart was like a couple of 100 feet for radio. Yeah, 200 feet radio, 1602 on the barrow. Departures away from 2-8. Okay.
My lord. No pressure, just curious. You were quite excited by the release of the Apache, but you haven't flown it for some time on stream at least. Was it not as you expected, or are you just not feeling it at the moment? Have a nice flight.
Why? Do you know what? That's really quiet, Fatty. I've got a feeling that NVIDIA's messed up my audio levels again. I don't... No, there's no real reason for it, Fatty. Absolutely... The Apache is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But with this stuff coming out, you know, wanting to fly this more than the Apache. Thank you, sir. D23, thanks for 72 months. Grab me a Swiss chocolate, please. What was I going to do? I was going to try and work out why... You see, that's... I don't understand why that was quiet, Fatty. It shouldn't have been. Let me just test that a second. Yeah, it's loud, isn't it? That's how loud it should have been, your... That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I don't know why it was quiet. It shouldn't have been quiet. If you didn't need to record a stream, do you think you would go for a high resolution like 1440? Yeah, I would. 1440 is a sweet spot. I would definitely go with that. 4K can be a bit taxing, but 1440 is nice. Spent ages learning the Dash 8 system of flight, honestly forget to remove the gear pin, something only realized after takeoff. I've definitely never done that, Joseph. I've never done that in a video, ever. Never happened. Nor have I run out of fuel in the Dash 8. That's never happened either. Is there a Dash 8 for Microsoft Flight Sim? A good one? I don't think it's been ported over yet. You would have thought, Alex, that, you know, they could port a P3D one over not without too much pain, you know what I mean? Right. Already punched all that in. We know what we're expecting to happen. BMDD tried and failed. Look at that spy. That spy showing nothing. It's pretty quiet down there by the look of it at the moment. She saw a video on the navigation control panel. Don't believe so. What was the... transition level by ATC? Expect to cross 13 DME BLM above flight level 190. Okay. Missed approach, climb 4,000 feet straight ahead. Turn left to 359. Intercept R231 Zoo inbound. So here. Basically you go left, north. Cross Zoo at minimum 6,000. Okay. Oh my god. Have you flown into Brussels? I'm not sure, actually. Not on Microsoft Flight Sim, I don't think. Madeira. Didn't we go there last weekend, Joseph? That was the last stop we made on Sunday night. There was me, Alex, and Ty landing at Madeira. That was a fun approach. I think there was like a 1,500-foot cloud limit. And we just popped out the clouds and poof, there was the airfield. That was a very interesting landing. Well, we got a wind shear on final. Well, short final, really. All of us got the wind shear. As you're coming in, you suddenly like dropped like 100 feet. Well, I saw Ty do it, and I definitely felt it. F-Map, we're doing fine, thanks. Looks like we're coming over some interesting scenery. No, you wouldn't, Alex. That's why I always preferred to fly an X-plane, just because the flight model was more interesting. P3D and FSX always felt too much like rails to me. I know, Alex. You had the airliners on the one platform and the great flight model on the other, and the ability to generate your own ortho scenery as well. But yeah. Slowly catching the glide again. I think it's loading scenery and I haven't been down here in Microsoft Flight Sim. I love the way they build their houses down these valleys, look. Right, I don't see anybody on the radio, so we'll stick with Unicom. Getting a bit choppy. Zurich traffic, easy 264, 20 miles out, planning a ILS 14 landing, easy 264. I don't think there's anybody around, but we'll give them a call anyway. Oh my god, it's getting bumpy. Right, let's get the landing system up. Most swimmers fly mainly Europe and North America. Many reasons: airport, scenery, ATC. Yeah, we'll go back to local now, 1018, which is what we punched in. And we'll get this approach chart up. Barely any ATC in South America. What, you mean on VATSIM or IRL? On VATSIM, yeah. What about over in Asia? What's it like, Australia and Asia, that direction? Japan scenery is really good, but I don't know what it's like for ATC over there. Right, glide speed localizer established. Both sounds are on, radio set. 210 knots established. Got the slats. Tax lights are on. Ground spoilers are armed. Auto brake is set. Zurich traffic, easy 264 on a 10-mile final for ILS 14. I don't think there's anybody there. So hotel, and then this is where we're going to park. Hotel 1 vacate is what we're planning. Let's get it slowed down a little bit. Okay, full flaps. Landing gears down, 3 green. Checklist complete. Zurich traffic, easy 264, short final for runway 14. I think 4,000 was the missed approach altitude anyway, so that's let's go manual. Slight left to right wind. Which doesn't appear to be doing very much. Look at that wind. That is so variable. It's like going left to right, then it became a tailwind. That's hilarious.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Oh man,
Light slope.
that wind.
Light slope.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Yeah, that wind was playing merry hell with me then. Okay, welcome to Zurich. Mr. G2 adds, welcome to Twitch. 2 choices, mate. Subscribe to my channel or subscribe to Twitch. That would get rid of the ads. Oh, that's really loud now. Looks like I fixed it. You have to turn that down now. There we go. Whatever that problem was is now fixed. Tax lights on. Come off. Go to standby. Actually, that was in standby. That's standby. I'm not going to bother calling vacate. Nobody's here. I'm the only one at Zurich. Should do it. APU is available. Comes the jetway. Nice. Okay. You may deboard. Great view. Hang on. Reset the drone. I have to say the weather's pretty good in Zurich. The flights in real time, yes they are. If you fly on a network like VATSIM, you have to fly in real time. If you fly offline, you can actually speed up the simulator. However, I think Phoenix are only saying ×2 speed maximum at the moment, but they hope to do more later. Bruce, alright, thank you for 17 months. Okay, well, we made it, so we might as well stay connected. Use the same call sign. Let's fly down to Barcelona now. Now, Alex. Go down to level. Hour 55 times an hour. Well, that should get us into Barcelona just on time for the event. Should be nice timing. So right now it's predicting a departure from runway 34 and an arrival into 06 left. Departure time 12:55. Let's bring that forward. We'll get out of it a little bit earlier. Let's say 12:45. Departure is 2:08. Is it really? Where are you seeing that? What are you checking that at the moment, Cucumber? Flight radar, and if you look out your window, really? What, you like live right near it? Amazing. Fair enough. Looks like it's going for the Bisba 2 Yankee arrival and a Vebit for hotel departure is what it's planning by default. Cool, so 2:08. 2 hours. Should take us right over the top of Marseille. Let's generate that. Anybody else jumping on Vatsim? Generates. Go. Cool. Let's go and file that. Squirrel doesn't do flights into Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. I do. I've actually got a video on it. But that's years ago. That would go to the States. I actually want to go to the States and try out Pilot Edge because they have a full stack over there, don't they? File that. Okay. That should do us for that. Let's get that into Valenta. What else are we doing? Barcelona to Las Vegas, that's a long flight, blimey. Still variable now. That's the bug I saw. I just realized what happened. I imported a new flight plan, and over here it left the arrival on Zurich. It hadn't refreshed it. It should have switched these over automatically, and it didn't. And that caught me out last week when I was like, why is the meta wrong? I think I see what happened then. Let's get that loaded. Yep, I remember that, Bruce. Cost index 50. Planned cruise altitude 19,000. That's not right. We're going to be flying westerly. We should be on an even number. I don't know if it'll cope with that, but we'll see. It might say unable. Seems a bit low. For a 2-hour flight, that's crazy low. But then you don't know what the winds are doing. What's the PDF? Wait. Okay, it's okay. Right, Valenta's got it wrong. I've seen Valenta do this before. It's imported as 19,000 feet, and it's clearly not 19,000 feet. Actually, I think it's imported this, and not this, is what I think it's done. Because it's definitely this. It's 330, but that, again... Oh, it's step... Wait, oh, it's... So it doesn't read step climbs. So Valenta's getting stuck on the step climb, isn't it? That's what it's doing. It's importing the first number and ignoring the second number. That's a bug in Valenta. But shouldn't we be flying on an even number if we're heading west? Shouldn't we be on like 320? Not 330. It's not a huge difference in the winds. Yeah, but I'm on about what Volanta's doing. It's not importing that altitude correctly. Let's go 320. We'll ignore what it's saying. Wait, I haven't imported this. No. If you're flying easterly, you fly at odd level. Flying westerly, you fly at an even level. Destination level, that's correct. That looks good. There we go. And we were departing on Vebits 4 Hotel out of 28. Vebit 4. I don't see a 4 hotel here. That's interesting. That's very interesting. There's a 4 whiskey. There's no 4 hotel. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, 4 whiskey will do then. Fine. You can't see. My apologies. Mickey Learjet, thank you for 72 months. Thanks for streaming at Company of the Nutters. Thank you for your support, sir. The meal options, Bruce. You can have a bag of nuts and a biscuit. That's your lot. Glass of water. What's going to do? Yeah, let's get it into here. Yeah, there is no 4 hotel in the system, in the aircraft, but there is on Simbrief. So I've gone for 4 whiskey. Let's see. Guessing our routing is going to be pushed back east, and then we're going to be going whatever this is. Or we could just go straight down hotel, actually. Yeah, we could do that. We go straight down hotel. Bravo. 28. Done. First class. We don't have first class. No, we don't distinguish between our passengers. For hotel is definitely there. So why wasn't it available? Cup of soup. I can't stand cup of soups. They're just absolute rubbish. I just buy it in a soup and be done with it. It's standing only. Wait. This is not Ryanair. Come on. This is EasyJet. No peasant class. Boarding complete. Right, you get a final load sheet prediction now. Get the weather out of that. Variable. .9 and 32.2. Correct. Fuel on board 7.4 tons. Sits in the cockpit, confident sipping bourbon. Blimey. Down 0.4. Look at that. 33, 40, 14, 66. Flaps 1. Done. Okay. Boarding is complete. Oh, again, I don't think there's anybody else around the airfield, to be honest. Let's have a look. See if anybody's logged in. God, it's quiet. What's this? David NH, thank you very much for 16 months. Thank you. Push back facing east, I think. Right, let's get the APU fired up then. Now you feel like flying. Jump off your bed and hold your arms out. You can pretend. I think when we get into Barcelona, it might start getting busy because I think the controls will be logging in ahead of 4 p.m. So by the time we get there, I think we'll suddenly have a bunch of stuff to deal with. But we'll have a bit of time in cruise to sort things out. Yeah, Joseph, yeah. That's why I'm going to Barcelona now, so we can basically find a stand and then get ready for a departure to Zagreb for a VATSIM event. That'd be funny. Yeah, let's get the bleed on. Okay, now we can disconnect the ground power and avail ourselves of ground services. Yeah, there's an event. I posted a link earlier if anybody still has it. Okay. Shocks removed, GPU done. Throttle lever's definitely an idle. Done. Landing gear down, spoiler retracted. We don't have a squawk for this flight. Seatbelt no smoking is definitely on. Transponder is set to standby. At least it was. God, I can't read that. Standby. Transition altitude. I don't know, I haven't looked at the chart yet. When we came in, it said ATC advises 7,000. 7,000 seems like a decent altitude to start with anyway. Beacon lights are going in a sec. Emergency lights, FMC setup, departure briefing complete. We are 122.8. I'm not even sure what stand we're at, to be honest. E33 is what we're at. Zurich traffic, EasyJet 264 at stand E33, pushing back. Let's get that connected. Spawn the tug. Well, that's not connected in. That's interesting. You're a bit late, pal. You're a little bit late. He's just lining up like... He's like, wow, bro, wait for me. How can he be so far behind? That's ridiculous. Oh, he's... Wait, what? I'm calling hacks on that. Well, calling hacks on that one. Something's not... Oh, fuel pumps, that would help. Fuel pumps would definitely help. Ellsworth's doing disconnect. Need to get rid of him. Go away, bro. Hello, how you doing? Indeed. Okay, so we've got 2 good starts. Okay, before taxi checklist. Window heat still need. Items set, standby instruments set. Autopilot, flight directors are on. Max brake, elevator trim was 0.4 down, if I remember. Cool. Right, tax light can come on. Let's see what our routing was. Zurich traffic, easy 264, taxiing via Hotel and Bravo for runway 28. Your seatbelt should already be on. Hence the sign over your head. We went to Italy 2 weeks ago, I think. Flew over Italy last week.
Zurich traffic, Leipzig at 2013, taxi to holding point runway T2 via Alpha Kilo, cross runway 28, Kilo Hotel 3.
Okay, so guys are going to be crossing runway 28 shortly. Interesting.